UFC 312. Bisping is going to be on the call for those fights. Headlining the card, Dricus du Plessis against Sean Strickland 2 for the middleweight title. Zhang Weili taking on Tatiana Suarez. Suarez fighting for a title for the very first time in his career. 3 other great fights on the main card. Tafa Teixeira, Jimmy Crute, Bilato, Matthews, and Francisco Prado as well. Those 2 open things up, but let's focus on this main event, Michael. Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland one more time. Dricus, of course, won that first fight by split decision.
Oh yeah, and this one's got kind of personal. Sean Strickland has won this rematch for a year. He had to go through Paulo Costa. He was very stubborn about it, but he got it in the end. Dricus du Plessis said, what are you going to do? Cry about it again? You know, they've been going back and forth. The reality is these 2 are the top of the heap right now, and the bad blood is brewing, and I can't wait for next week in Sydney, Australia, when they sit down at the press conference. It's going to be something special. The fight's going to be ridiculous. They will go toe-to-toe. Sean Strickland talks about it all the time. Dricus du Plessis said, oh, what do you mean? You just jab and jog and run around. Yep. No, I don't think this time that's going to happen. Sean Strickland's going to go at him because that is the only way that he beats him. He has to be more aggressive.
Nobody's ever walked Dricus du Plessis down, but Dricus maintains the middleweight title if Bisping.
If he maintains the middleweight title, you threw that on me there. He maintains the middleweight title if he can take him down, if he goes forward, if he bosses him, if he bullies him, if he swings, if he's reckless. People talk about herky-jerky offbeat rhythms. It doesn't matter. The man is incredibly effective. He will remain the champ if he knocks him out. If he chokes him out like he did Israel Adesanya, that's obvious. But all he's got to do, essentially, is replicate what he did last time. Walk him down and bully him. And nobody does that better than Dricus du Plessis.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback on that. Not only be aggressive and walk him down, but get started a little bit earlier. If you watch that first fight again, early on, Sean Strickland looked phenomenal. He was keeping him at range, jabbing him up, using his front kicks. It wasn't until a while that DDP was able to gain some momentum and then force the entryway, get the takedowns, and land some punches of his own. But you can't wait until the 3rd round. That's when it makes it too close again. He has to get started again. Aggressive early in the fight would get him the win.
All right, let's flip the script. Sean Strickland wins the middleweight title again if
he has to keep him at range and box him up. I think if he keeps his fight on his feet, he is 100% the better boxer. Again, I go back to that first fight. The very first round, Sean Strickland could not miss. DDP did not know what to do. He had his hands up. He couldn't cover the range. This is how Sean Strickland fights. Imagine a force field around you, the length of my arm. He's got the longer reach, the longer kicks. He keeps people on the outside of that force field, and he chips away at them and beats them up. It's when people penetrate then, that's when they have an advantage on him. You keep your opponent, DDP, on the outside, he wins the fight.
But that's what he did last time, and they always say doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the, what is it, madness? It's the definition of madness.
Crazy.
He's got to do something different. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to walk him down. He's got to use the jab, but then follow it up with the right hand. He's got to use more tools. He's got to use the wrestling that he has in his arsenal. When Dricus du Plessis tries to cause that car crash, he's got to meet him head on with an elbow, throw a knee up the midsection. He's got to walk him down, be aggressive, be a man of his word. Be the person that shows up to the press conference, not the guy that shows up in the ring, right? Sean Strickland is a maniac. Bring that side out. We always see it in the last few seconds of every round. Rah! Going crazy. Be that guy from the offset, and he could become champion of the world.
It was an Albert Einstein quote. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition
I mean, look at this
of insanity.
Guy. I'm over here quoting Albert Einstein. I can't even say his name.
I don't know if he did it very well.
Who is Albert Einstein?
Oh, here we go.
No, who is it?
Oh my God.
He's a fighter.
Yeah. Oh, right. Was he any good?
Yeah. I mean, you never faced him. Thank God. All right, final thought.
I'm trying to think of a pun for E equals MC squared. I'm not that smart.
Keep
I ain't no
track,
Einstein.